I want to address, because I get a lot of questions from family and friends about this whole thing. And basically, it's because my backdrop or my background isn't as lovely as Cameron's.
Oh God,
So I've just got
this is your prison.
films I've seen a poster and some black jeans I haven't worn for ages. So that's why I go to the
Oh, what a beautiful boy.
oh, beautiful boy. I've lost my white library. There we go.
There we go.
So it's like, oh, I read books and I don't have the fucking snow, the storm going on in your background.
I don't know what's going on behind me.
Progressively worse as we began.
I think the world's ending at this point. I've not got a clue what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is the first time you can see out my window because I finally adjusted the exposure properly so that my web camera doesn't look like
it's not just white. Well, it's still just white. Oh my God, there's nothing going on here in Edinburgh. It's just sometimes sunny, sometimes rainy. You know, you never know. How have you been, Cameron?
Oh,
what have you been up to this week?
This week I decided to watch classic Doctor Who.
Oh right, on BritBox.
I've on BritBox. I'm one of the only 2 people in the UK with a BritBox subscription. I don't think anyone else has even bothered to sign up.
No,
but I did because there's this guy called David. Is it Richard? It's either Richard or David Carrier who does these era by era reviews on YouTube of each Doctor Who, like era, and he just like they're like an hour long each, and he does like a in-depth like history and reviews each, like how the Doctor is and all this, like his picks out his favorite stories and stuff. And I was watching it and I was thinking, I watched William Hartnell one and was like, I've never seen these before ever, and I really really want to watch them. So I've fallen down a rabbit hole of like finding out about all the missing episodes, and like there's like 90 still missing or something, and they've only got like audio recordings of them and stuff. It's crazy stuff. But yeah, no, what I've watched so far, classic like sellotape together aliens, sci-fi, just loveliness. It's just great. It's such a great time.
Mm-hmm. Are the originals on BBC iPlayer?
No, it's just BritBox they're on. It's a season, like all the new series is on iPlayer, but the rest of it, all the old stuff's on BritBox.
It's very strange. You'd think they'd want to put it on the thing that people watch.
Yeah, I know, but hey, you got to pay $5.99 a month to watch it on BritBox. But I don't know if I'll do that after next week.
What else is on BritBox?
Nothing. Adventure in Space and Time, the David Bradley recreation of like the like the Hartnell era, getting it together and stuff. The movie and the 2 other Peter Cushing movies as well are on there as well. So,
but what apart from or is it just Doctor Who?
I don't know. I've not looked. I didn't go in there to look for stuff to watch.
All of EastEnders. Just binge watch EastEnders. You
could start from the 80s and keep going, I think. I've not got a clue what the deal is with that. I think there's like Film 4 has a couple films in there. So like Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson's on there. Trainspotting. What happened?
That was my mouse falling off my knee.
And then there's like loads of like old BBC comedies and stuff. I think Fawlty Towers is probably on there. I think Only Fools and Horses is probably on there.
It's aged. It's aged poorly.
Pull them. Got to pull them all quickly. Just all the stuff your dad wants to watch, I'd imagine, is on there.
See, I obviously wasn't born when it was airing, but growing up, one of my favorite shows was The Goodies, because that's what my parents showed me episodes of The Goodies. So if you could find The Goodies episodes, watch them. Unless there's a lot of comedy there that has also aged terribly. But yeah, it's
how do you think?
Classic.
How do you think they're dealing with Doctor Who? It's 1960s sci-fi, so there's like all the episodes have like guidance warnings for classic sci-fi violence and racial stereotypes.
Lovely.
So it's just it's.
I mean, they portray every Dalek as a bad guy. That's come on, guys. That's
hashtag not all Daleks.
Not all Daleks. So it's just Doctor Who you've been getting up to.
Yeah, I said last week I was watching. I watched Godzilla the other week, and Raya. Did you see? We watched Raya.
Yeah, I watched Raya the
I
night
was a
of.
fan.
Did we both watch it the night of
We
last?
watched it on the same night. Yeah,
Yeah.
on Saturday night. Yeah,
Yeah, it was fun.
it was a good time.
Fun adventure. Great water animations.
Oh my god, the animation is just overall stunning in that film. Like
I know.
how far we've come is insane.
But yeah, Raya and the Last Dragon. It was a good film. It very much has a Guardians of the Galaxy ending without spoiling too much. But
Purple swirls.
if you know how that film ends, that's how Raya and the Last Dragon ends essentially.
Yeah.
What else has come out? I've watched so many films this past week. I watched Raya and
Have
the
you
Last
done what I
Dragon.
did? You've done what I did and watched all the Golden Globe nominees, sort of, didn't you? Because you've watched
Pretty
like Pieces
much.
of Women and
I
yeah,
watched Promising Young Woman with Carey Mulligan. She was really good.
great film. Great film. That.
She won the Critics' Choice Awards, didn't she? This past week. Yeah, so
She's gonna give Frances a run for her money, by the looks of it.
come on, Franny. Then I watched the classic Naughty's film, Clock Stoppers.
I've never heard of that.
You've never seen
I've
it.
not got a clue.
It's,
I've not got a clue what that is.
I don't know where it would be shown because it's a Nickelodeon film. So I don't know
Okay.
what service it would be on. But if you ever get the chance
Paramount
to
Plus.
watch it, it's a fun time. It's very much how when people see films that are set in the 80s and they're like, oh, it's just all the best parts and it's not really a good portrayal of the 80s. That's this film for the noughties. It's full of frosted tips and very bright colors in clothing, lots of what's it called, like tie-dye stuff.
How's the soundtrack?
The soundtrack, oh my god, the soundtrack. The soundtrack's got Blink-182, Simple Plan, another Blink-182, all Smash Mouth, but not
A great film then.
Not All Star. It's a fun film. It has a questionable ending because there's something that now growing up I've realized there's a concept that they tease at the end that sort of is very strange. But oh no, wait,
Okay.
that film is almost 20 years old now. Basically, one of the characters who's like old, like an adult, de-ages himself, and the
Okay.
main character has a little sister, and they tease a little thing between them, and it's very awkward. The when he's an adult, he's played by French Stewart from Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh god.
So yeah, it's a very strange film. What else? What did I watch next? Next, I watched Judas and the Black Messiah. I really liked it.
Did
I'm
you?
sorry.
I wasn't a fan.
I liked it.
wasn't a fan. I've seen it done before, man. It feels just so.
I didn't have
feel like it
the
retreads and
problems.
didn't.
But the whole point is that
No.
this has never been told. Fred Hampton has
I
never
know, but
been.
it just feels like all the other films of its genre, almost. You know what I mean? It just didn't do anything interesting, like visually. I felt it just sort of. There was good performances. The story's great, but I just didn't. Nothing
Yeah.
there to hook me.
I then watched True Grit because I got into like a Western sort of mood. So I watched True Grit, the Coen Brothers
Still not seen that.
remake of the
not
John
seen it.
Wayne film. It's pretty good. It's got Haley Steinfeld, a young one, so calm down.
Did she win the Oscar for that, or was she just nominated? Just nominated.
I think she won.
Did she win?
Possibly. I did an essay on True Grit in like 5th or 6th year because I was doing a remake, an essay on remakes, and I did True Grit and Peter Jackson's King Kong. So, yeah, it was. She was only nominated. She was beaten by, can you guess, 2011.
2011. Nah, Don't even know that back that far. Who was winning?
It was Natalie Portman for Black Swan.
Wow.
She
Best
was
actress or supporting?
in a leading.
Was she in Best Actress?
Sorry. Best supporting was Melissa Leo for The Fighter. Yeah, she was also up against Amy Adams for The Fighter, Helena Bonham Carter
Yep.
for The King's Speech, that's her name, and and not the, but Jackie Weaver for Animal Kingdom.
You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver.
Yeah, it's not. I'm trying to think of what you've seen Jackie Weaver in. I don't know. Who knows? But next, as we're just continuing along, I went on to another Western film, News of the World, starring Tom Hanks.
Still not seen it. I want to watch it. I have not seen it yet.
Netflix.
I know, but I just haven't I want to watch it on the big screen and stuff, so that means I've got to carve out a night and all that, and it's like, oh.
It's
You know what I mean?
It's a pretty good film. He's Tom Hanks is good in it. The little girl, I forget her name, but she deserves to be nominated because she's very good at it. As a wild child.
Oh.
Not as in Wild Child, the film starring Emma Roberts, but Wild Child as in a girl who's feral because she has been raised by Native Americans.
Whoa.
I'm trying to think of what they Kiowa people. The Kiowa people? Kiowa people.
Does it make them feral, Jordy? Does it make them feral?
No, but she's like, oh, fuck you. You haven't seen the film. You don't get to say anything. I don't watch Pieces of a Woman. What an opener.
Puts you off having a baby, doesn't it? Even though you're not gonna give birth, it puts you off. I'm like, I don't wanna go near the childbirth process. I don't wanna be in that room. I'm just like, no thank you, sir. No thank you.
I didn't understand. I think because I messaged you being like, is she supposed to be drunk? Because she looked, or she was acting, Vanessa Kirby was acting very drunk when she was giving birth. And I think they then went on to tease that they had some wine. So that maybe led to things. But yeah, it's a very good film about a woman who gives birth and the baby dies. And then she and her husband, Shia LaBeouf, are suing the midwife who sort of failed to identify things and tell them when things are wrong. But was it really her fault? It's a good film.
It's a good film.
It's a good film. It's a good film.
It's a good film.
We haven't got to a bad film yet. I don't watch Coming to America, which
Still not seen it. Watching it tonight, hopefully.
It's all right
on Prime.
It's all right. You enjoyed Coming to America, the first one, didn't you?
I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. It was a good old time. It wasn't I didn't go instant classic when I watched it. I was like, oh, that was okay.
There is a lot of, they go meta a lot, and there's definitely a conversation about remakes and sequels to films in the film, and it's a bit jarring. And then also there is de-aging in this film, and it is quite good.
They had the Marvel money then. I was going to ask if they had Marvel money.
They had Marvel money, not Star Wars money or
that's good.
Netflix money. But it's de-aged Eddie Murphy, pretty easy. He's been in lots of films, so
been enough films, yeah.
Get a
good source.
Yeah. I liked it. It wasn't I can't remember much of what happens because it's just one of those films. But I then watched last night Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar.
Please don't spoil it, because I've heard there's a weird twist, and I don't want to know the twist at all.
I think I know what people are talking about, so yeah, I won't say anything about that. But it is it's a good comedy. It's very random and not as spoofy as films like They Came Together, but it's sort of that sort of absurdist comedy.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of folk complaining about the fact of how just weird it is. And they're like, oh, it's like a bad SNL skit. And I'm like, oh, so it's a great film then.
Jamie Dornan is in the film, and he gives quite a good performance, I'd say. I haven't seen any like public opinion on this film yet. But he gives he has a musical number at some point. So it's that sort of it's not a musical. So it's that kind of film where just random things happen, and it was quite fun.
Is he Richard Cheese, or is it Richard Cheese or something like that? Is it?
No. Richard Cheese is a man who plays a sort of like lounge musician.
Okay.
And he has a fun song as well as the lounge singer.
It just seems like such a great time. It's one of those films where I just feel like I would love it. Like it feels like it was made for my family.
Love it, yeah.
It was just, we're going to laugh a lot, and I really can't wait to watch
You're
it.
going to have a hoot and a holler with this film.
Going to have a wee rental at some point, I'd imagine.
But yeah, that ends Jordi's Movies of Madness run.
I need to get on board trying to watch more of these movies, because Oscar nominations are Monday.
Oh,
that's happening very soon. Yeah, I know.
Next week's episode, probably.
Yeah, Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra are announcing them on Monday, so that'll be fun. Are you like? Have you got anyone other than Francis that you're kind of rooting for? I don't know what's the like. I don't know enough about it. I've not got enough invested this year to know.
I've not seen Minari, but I've put money on Steven Yeun. So if Steven Yeun can win, that would be great.
I'm not even sure we'll get nominated, which is like terrifying.
Chadwick's probably going to win the Oscar, although I would say that I think out of everything I've seen, I'd probably give it to Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal.
I would say that Chadwick is really good in Ma Rainey. Really good in Ma Rainey. So if you can watch that at some point this weekend, I'd suggest it. It's not a great film overall. It wasn't for me. Right. But Chadwick's performance was pretty good in it.
Is he deserving of all the awards he's been winning?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. He's really good at it. He's really good at it. So it's definitely and even then, if he wasn't nominated for Ma Rainey, I think if The Five Bloods came out November time, he would have aced that as well. If they'd switched Ma Rainey and The Five Bloods, they would have. The Five Bloods would have been getting all the praise.
Do you think was Delroy nominated for a Critics' Choice?
No, I don't know what's happened. The Five Bloods has just been completely shut out. I don't know what's going on. Like, because I would assume he would have been in major conversation. At least when you talked to me about 6 months ago, he would have been in major conversation. But there's nothing, from what I can tell. There's nothing. I thought I would have seen an article about that by now. I didn't actively look at the winners list or anything. Yeah,
we've also got the BAFTAs soon.
Yes, the nominations came out for them this week. Nothing too shocking. I didn't think. It was all very
come on, Francis,
run of the mill. I think Francis has a shot. I think although Carrie's British.
Yeah.
So
and Andra. I think this year I think I'd say Nomadland is sure to win. But I think in Hollywood, amongst like the filmmakers, there may be a lot of people who enjoyed Mank. And I feel like that's going to draw votes away from Nomadland. And I think we're going to have another Green Book year where something random wins. And everyone's like, okay.
What would that be then? Are we talking like, Ma Rainey's not like an I think that people would go, yeah, well done for that. I don't think everyone would go, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
What would that be in your eyes that would be like a random shock winner?
Random shock winner. Well, one, Mank, but also, let's see. Let's look at the.
I think Mank has a good shot of doing a best original screen.
The Oscars.
Best original, or would he be original or adapted? I think Jack Fincher's got a shot.
So this isn't obviously official, but the Oscars, Sky Bet has updated their Oscars thing. Are you sure it was Monday that they were being announced?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, because this seems
Why, have they
more
chopped people off?
official. Yeah. So they've currently got Nomadland, The Trial of Chicago 7, Mank, Minari, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Promising Young Woman, Judas and the Black Messiah, and The Five Bloods.
If I was a betting man, which I am because I have, I would have put money on
Fiddler on the Roof.
on Nomadland, 100% for winning best picture. I think that's got it in the bag. I think the issue comes down to Frances versus Carrie.
For best actress, we got Carrie Mulligan with odds of 5-6, so she's favorite because she won the most recent award. Then we got Andra Day with 10-3.
Should I rebet on Frances? Has she got worse odds now? Is that what it's like?
Frances is still 9-2. She's been 9-2 for a month now, or months since it started. But yeah, what's so Nomadland is at 8-15, but I bet on that when it was 1-1. So wait, what have I got?
Great work.
I've got Stephen Yeun, which was 10-1, but that's probably been a waste of £5.
Yeah, that fiver's gone, man.
Frances McDormand at 9-2. I bet a tenner on her. So some £55, please. I then bet on Nomadland twice. Once when it was 1-1, and then when it was 5-4. So please, Nomadland, or I'll be very poor.
You're talking about like shock winners. I have money on The Five Bloods for Best Picture, but like the £10. Yeah, but the £10. This was like when you first mentioned it, and it was also the £10 they gave you free. You know how so it was like, do you know what? I'll just stick money on The Five Bloods and Ma Rainey. So I put a £5 on Ma Rainey and a £5 on The Five Bloods, and was like, if it wins, I'll be loaded by the end of this, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But I made £1 on the Golden Globes because I lost on Frances but won on Nomadland, so I won £11, and they only put like a £5 on each. So
right,
I won £1.25.
So Disneyland announced that Marvel's Avengers Campus will be opening later this year.
Well, it was supposed to be opening last year.
Well, yeah,
in
obviously
summer of last year.
Yeah. I
get that, but if it's
Disneyland
to November, that's quite a far. It's Anaheim and Paris in the future, and Hong Kong in the future.
Why can't Florida get nice things?
Because everything past like the Mississippi River or something is owned. Marvel Universal have the rights to Marvel. In theme parks. That's why they're viciously clinging on to that relic from the 90s that is Marvel Superhero Island in Islands of Adventure.
I see.
You know, like that place you go into and it's very like, I want to die. It's just very flashy. And
I thought they were making that Nintendo World.
No. That's going into Epic Universe.
All you have to do is change the Hulk coaster, which is amazing, to the Donkey Kong barrel coaster, and you get shot out of the barrel.
Sorted.
Simple.
No, that's staying where it is because they're opening a new theme park called Epic Universe in 2025.
Oh my! Start saving up.
That's gonna have a Fantastic Beasts world. So like they're thinking the Ministry of Magic, but I don't know what the official kind of thoughts on that are.
So that'd be all indoors. Then,
I don't know. I think I would assume so. It'd have to be, wouldn't it?
That's Fantastic Beasts hasn't really introduced any like new worlds apart from New York and Paris.
I think they're more just leaning into the Fantastic Beasts sort of like theming, I guess. Then, if that's but I would assume it's just Wizarding World, Ministry of Magic.
Yeah,
I've heard How to Train Your Dragon as one of them.
Okay.
Which should be a cool kind of setting, and Classic Monsters as well. Another one of them, Universal Classic Monsters, which I think would be really, really quite cool.
All these things you can find in like the normal Universal Studios anyway.
Not really. I mean, the Classic Monster stuff, they've got the horror makeup show. That's what it. This would be like, I'm assuming, a dark ride into like Frankenstein's castle or Dracula's castle or something, Do
you know what they should do? Who owns Lord of the Rings? Warner Brothers. Get me in that Shire, boy. And then a fun ride through an epic journey through Middle Earth.
Is it because it's too close to Harry Potter in some respects that they just haven't bothered?
They go hand in hand as far as I'm concerned. But you can have people in like what are they called?
And bar the Shire, there's no hub world really when you think about it, unless you're doing like elves. But then again, you can have
Rivendell. You can have. They'd
have to make it tiny. They'd have to either do a Lord of the Rings theme park on its own, okay? Yeah. Or they'd have to do a tiny slice of the Shire that then goes into a tiny slice of Mordor and a tiny slice of
So like you have the Shire and then you go into like.
It'd have to be very, very small chunks. But that's what it just doesn't work unless you do like just Smog Cave or just the Shire or just
the parade is what I was looking for. The wee parade. You could just have people dressed up as orcs. It's like the easiest like makeup thing to do, and have people go around.
No, but the How to Train Your Dragon part of Epic Universe would be quite cool. I thought, along with Super Nintendo Land, because that's catering to kids. Kids don't have a lot apart from the Minions ride, like really in Universal.
Yeah,
and that really shitty Universal Woody Woodpecker
and Simpsons Land.
That ride's pretty intense, like for like wee ones.
Depends what kind of kid you are, I guess, because obviously we were a very adrenaline rush family.
We were like going around on the Hulk coaster like 6 times because autistic.
Fast pass.
15 minutes or less, you get on the ride now. Thank you very much.
How fast could you get on like Millennium? What's it called? The Smuggler's Run or something?
What you do with the Autism Special Boys card, is you go up to the man.
How to weaponize autism?
And he basically he writes down the return time. So he basically just looks at the wait time and knocks off, like sometimes he'll knock off 15 minutes or sometimes he'll just put down the normal time and then just say come back at this time, and you get to go and do whatever you want. So you could go and ride another ride that has like a very short queue at that time. If you have the pass, you can walk on it if it's 15 minutes or less, you can just walk on. So there was a time we were in Hollywood Studios quite late on and everyone was going to see like Phantasmic and stuff. And we'd already seen it. So Star Tours was under 15 minutes. So we just kept coming in and out of Star Tours, hoping that we'd finally get a prequel trilogy run instead of like we constantly got sequel and original trilogy. We really wanted to go to like Naboo and stuff, but it didn't happen because it changes every time you go on it.
So Mum, Dad, if you're listening, bring Cameron along next time.
I'm happy to come.
We can use his autism. It's great.
You get 2 because my brother also has autism as well.
I mean, surely you only need 1.
No. I think it only lasts for like 3 people or something. So we have to.
And they could be like, I only like my family. I get sad when my entire family's not with me, and they're like, okay, move along.
Well, Disney are like that. We brought letters and stuff like to prove that we had it and stuff from like the doctors and stuff, and they were like, fuck off, we don't need that. Here, have it. And so
we just get
who knows?
That reminds me when we were in is it Hollywood Studios with Toy Story Toy Mania? What we'd do, because my mum doesn't like the roller coasters and stuff. So we'll get her to queue in like the long rides, so like Toy Mania, and then we'll go off and do Hollywood Tower of Terror, and then we then arrive at Toy Mania, and basically I think what happened was people weren't allowing us to get through because we were just skipping the queue. And
Yeah, you were being a trashy person, really,
my
when you
mum
think
had
about
got
it.
to the front bit where the man goes, "Okay, on you go," and she was like, "I've got to wait for my family. They went to do, they I don't know what she said we went to do, but she didn't say, oh, they went to do another ride. She was just like, oh, they went off to go to the toilet or something." And I believe she started to cry. So
All right.
Steele family. So Hal family uses autism to manipulate Disneyland. Steele family uses emotional manipulation and awkward scenarios because nobody wants to make someone cry. So
especially at Disney, they're like that man at the front's going, "I'm going to lose my job."
Yeah,
so lose my job.
We just went through the fast pass bit to get to my mum. Thanks, Mum.
Thanks, Mum. The Toy Story Mania ride, the queue for that is always like 3 hours. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It's just ridiculous.
Because it's new.
But I'll tell you, well, it was new at the time. I'll tell you what's worse, and it's not new anymore, really, but still has a horrible Flight of the Na'vi in Animal Kingdom. You're talking your day at Animal Kingdom to queue for that. Like that is just your entire day.
So what do you get?
Thank God we had to write it down, and then we went in at the beginning of the day, gave him the return time. He wrote down the time, went and had another full day at Animal Kingdom. We just waited to go and waited, and I felt so bad because all these poor people are waiting their entire day at Animal Kingdom to ride this one ride, and we're just here going, "We'll be back soon. We can just go and."
Losers don't have autism.
Exactly. You're not neurodivergent. What even are you? We're the new breed. It makes it so much easier. I hate queuing. I really hate queuing because it's just so like there's loads of folk everywhere and you're just like, help me. I can't stand it.
I don't think there's a person that likes queuing.
I know, but
I don't think there's someone that gets to the front and they're like, can I just stay here for a while? No, you guys go on ahead. But yeah,
I'm gonna stay here, enjoy the atmosphere.
I like talking to people. What's happening at the Avengers campus? You got the Spider-Man ride, which has a name.
I don't think it does yet.
Oh, does it not? Is it just Spider-Man?
No, I think it's just Spider-Man, Untitled Spider-Man ride at the moment. I could be completely wrong.
And then we have.
I typed Spider-Man ride on and got loads of Spider-Man child's quad bikes by accident. Oops. Oh no. It's just called Spider-Man ride at Avengers Campus, I think.
Web Slingers.
It's not. Oh, is it called Spider-Man Web Slingers?
I'm on the official Disneyland website.
Oh yes. Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure.
Web Slingers. Then you got Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Are they moving?
That's not Avengers Campus. Right. That Mission Breakout is what it is sort of at Avengers Campus. It's what Tower of Terror became.
Right.
So Tower of Terror got remastered almost into a drop ride that now looks like the Collector's just like world, like the Guardians are trapped in the Collector's collection.
Then you got Heroic Encounters, which is like Sanctum, the Sanctum Sanctorum, which I guess will be like the Lord of the Rings, not Lord of the Rings, Star Wars like Jedi training thing, where like they'll bring kids and they'll be like, move your hand like this to defeat Caecilius.
Yeah, and there's
the thing.
I'm assuming there's loads of meet and greets and stuff, but the main attraction for me is the Hank Pym restaurant, the
Pym Test Kitchen.
Yes, so they're gonna have little tiny foods or little big foods, and it's just gonna be
pay 50 quid for something you can finish in a bite.
Yeah, and I'll do it if it comes with a collectible mug.
Yeah, and then you have web suppliers.
I'm assuming that would just be the gift shop you come out of that Spider-Man into.
Suit up with the latest superhero gear from the Worldwide Engineering Brigade. Oh, web. I get it. And then the Collector's Warehouse.
He's filmed the bits for this.
Yes.
He's filmed the bits for this in.
Yeah, there's been videos, hasn't there?
Has there?
Of him being like, oh, here's me going round the thing.
Oh yeah, yes.
I'm British,
Yes.
and this is gonna be the greatest thing that I've become Russell Brand for some reason.
I don't know if it's still happening now that all like they don't have any money. But there was gonna be a simulator ride that you get put into the middle of the action in like Wakanda. So like you're part of like fighting off these like I don't even know if it is going to be like is it the Parademons? Was that the name of them? Who was it?
No, that's Justice League.
That's Justice League. What's the name of
the Outriders, I think.
the Outriders? Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be them or it's going to be something different like an Ultron thing, but there's going to be like you're going to like fly with Captain Marvel and Iron Man and like break things and stuff. It's like a simulator ride kind of thing, which I think would be quite cool.
Yeah, I'd rather it be the final battle in Endgame.
Yeah, but Wakanda.
You come out the portal, and then
Imagine
you look to
being
your
part of
left.
that
You
lineup.
look to your left and
It's
right,
like-
and you see everyone.
They can put me in there in VR. If someone doesn't make that a VR experience, where
Yeah.
I can come out the portal and be part of the Avengers, then
And you swoop down, and it's really weird. It's like, or they make it even weirder, and it's like you're walking down, and you go beside Cap, and he's like, "Assemble," and then you all run. But they have screens to your left and right, so you can see everyone beside you, and the army coming towards you.
Did you ever go to Disney Quest?
No.
Oh man, you missed out. It was a big fucking arcade
All
full
right.
of just like so there was floors of like retro arcade machines. There was a floor of 90s, the best 90s tech that you could think of
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like gaming and stuff. So it kind of because it got like under no funding from like 1999 onwards. Like no one cared about it. They just kept it running, and that was it. So there was this Pirates of the Caribbean ride thing where you were in like you were surrounded by all these screens, but they were like projector screens and really quite blurry because it was like the 90s, and you had to fire off these like pull string like cannons to defeat like the Kraken and stuff on this boat. Like your entire family stood on this platform, you would fire things. There was a Jungle Cruise river rafting adventure, which was like basically a blow up mattress. You'd sit on like a thing on a blow up mattress, and there was these like you were given these paddles that had like really big sensors, like two bald sensors on the bottom, and you had to go like that on this horrible inflatable mattress and try and like control yourself like on the worst possible situation. It was just horrible. And then there was an Aladdin carpet ride where you put on a 90s VR headset that was so heavy.
I thought you were
that
about to
it
say
had to
turban.
No, it was a 90s VR headset that was so heavy that it had to be held up by wires from the ceiling so it didn't hurt your head. That's how heavy it was.
Jesus.
So you had to like sit on this magic carpet like bike thing, and they would lower down this helmet onto you, and you'd like strap it on and like attach it to you. But it must have been like so heavy that it was just attached to the ceiling. It was crazy. It was weird. It was a very strange time. And one of the floors had like a Buzz Lightyear bumper cars where you'd fire plastic balls at people as well. It was just very strange. It was a very strange experience, but it was the best way to spend a night at Disney Springs. 100%. I cannot wait to go back to Florida. It's just a shame because they've knocked it down now and it's become the NBA experience.
Oh,
And
right. That's what that
It's
was.
just a weird.
Is it not the? It was
It's a
no.
weird.
Oh
slice of
no.
history.
I'm thinking of the thing at Universal. The front bit, whatever it's called, at Universal Studios. The NBA.
Sidewalk.
Yeah, Citywalk, the NBA restaurant that's now become the Chocolate Factory or whatever.
All right. Yeah. There's
Um,
a bunch of them. And
I think we went in once and sat and were like, we don't want to eat anything here, and then left.
I've done that a few times at restaurants and stuff. Like, oh my god, there was this really awkward encounter when we were in France on holiday, and we went to there was these like it was a really touristy part of like France or Portugal. I can't remember what one it was. And there were all these folk just going, "Come here, eat here, eat here, eat here," like and standing outside. And one of them like managed to like drag us in. We sat down and we're like, we don't actually know what this restaurant is, and we don't want to eat here, so we had to awkwardly just like.
How did we get here?
Okay, see you later, bye. Like it was just very awkward and horrible. Yeah.
Is there not a? How are they not doing a big arcade for Epcot? That big update they were going to do that they probably won't be able
the
to
Play
do for
Pavilion.
a while. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that. I think there was going to be loads of. The thing is with these like tech ones is that they have to keep upgrading, otherwise it becomes redundant because everyone gets them in the house. Like no one wanted to go to Disney Quest in the end because you can play all these games on your phone. Like it's just there's no point. But I don't know. They've patented some weird technology. Not that I could tell you what any of the technology is, but they've patented some weird technology that can just like transform the room into different virtual experiences, so you don't even have to like go anywhere. It's very odd. But I don't know if it'll happen now because underfunding and all that.
Yeah.
Just like the Mary Poppins attraction, where they were going to make the British Pavilion into Cherry Tree Lane.
Oh right.
And they've postponed it indefinitely, and that upsets me a great deal.
It's like how they made the Viking ride, which was great, into Frozen.
The Viking ride was a bit shit. The Frozen ride's a bit shit, to be fair, but I did not like the Viking ride at all.
To be fair, I was a child when I last went on it. Like a very small
You
child.
get shoved down a waterfall backwards by Elsa, who sings "We'll Let It Go" to you for some reason. It's very odd.
There's also, so is it France becoming Ratatouille land?
Yeah, they're not becoming, it's still France. They're just getting a clone from the Disneyland Paris Remy's Ratatouille adventure.
Okay.
They're getting a clone from France, which is, but it's a good ride. It's a very good ride. Trackless ride with loads of simulator stuff. But I think they're making it 2D instead of 3D, which kind of defeats the purpose, I feel.
All right.
Which is a bit shit.
Yeah.
But it stays the same, and there's like a new creperie and stuff. Who knows? It's not open yet, I don't think. I think it's opening very soon.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever get a remake of Captain EO for Disney Plus?
Like a series?
Yeah, starring Donald Glover.
I would watch it. I would 100% watch it. I don't understand why we haven't. They should really be tapping into the parks more, which they are kind of. Remember that that thing I lost my mind over because they were going to mention the League of Explorers or whatever.
Yeah, like the Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom's thing. They could do it if they move over to Epcot. If they ever manage to make it to Epcot as a series, they could do a Captain EO series.
Yeah.
You direct a Captain EO series.
Okay. So this is now, we're getting to about 15 minutes, I think, and this is usually where we'd go to what we watched this week, but that's what we started with. So we're going to talk about what we're gonna watch next week.
Oh right, okay.
Because obviously,
what is next week?
There's no WandaVision this week.
No.
Disney Plus is having a week off, so next week we got the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Wow. Are you excited, kids? Yay. What do you think is going to happen in the first episode? Start theories now.
Mutants are born from the pathogen that was hinted at in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's no longer Inhumans, they're now mutants.
All right.
And we're living in a world, and Doctor Strange appears at the very end.
And it was Mephisto.
And we actually revealed that the entire series takes place on a spaceship that's being piloted by the Skrulls.
Wow. For the first episode?
Yes, the first episode, and then the rest of the series is just nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing there. It's all chaos.
I think this show's going to be about social issues and racial biases.
As it should be.
Yeah, I think I'm very delayed for you.
There's going to be a lot of punchy action. You are very delayed. You did freeze for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to start off. I think Sam's going to be like, I'm Captain America. And then the government's going to be like, no, you're not. Here's another white guy. Here's another white guy to be the new Captain America. And that's Wyatt Russell playing John Walker / US Agent. But I don't think it'll be called US Agent because it's not a very catchy name.
Not for someone that's pretending to be Captain America in the government's eyes.
Yeah. So Yeah, and I think that's what will piss off Sam, and that's why he'll be at his family house throwing the shield, and then Bucky's like, "Hey, dude, come and save the world," and then Sam's gonna be like, "They don't want me. They don't want a person like me to be the face of heroism," and then they're gonna go rogue. So next week we'll probably talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier and also the Oscars.
Justice League, if we manage to watch it in
Oh,
time.
forgot about that.
We completely forgot about Justice League, which
Justice
is coming.
League's coming out.
It got leaked earlier this week by HBO Max because they put it under Tom and Jerry, and I was really gutted I didn't get a chance to watch the first hour and 40 minutes because I would have loved that, because that would have given me a chance to watch the first half basically, because I don't care. It's split into parts. I'm going to watch the first 3 parts and I'm going to watch the last 3 parts on the Friday, because I don't think I could manage 4 hours of Zack Snyder in one night. I think that's far too much for me.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching or listening to Falcon and Winter... no, not Falcon and Winter Soldier. Four Eyes on the Giant.
What? We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! We're in the Marvel series, though. We did it!
If you didn't know, if you're watching this and you want to just listen to us, you can listen to us on podcast services such as Apple Podcasts and Spotify and other places that Anchor sends us to. So you can listen to us while you're driving to work or breaking rules and going on walks and shopping. If you're just listening to us and you're like, wait, what? There's a video version? Yeah, we're on YouTube, you dummy. So you can look at us and you can look at the snow that's now gone. Is it still snowing in your residence?
No, it's just very wet.
Lovely.
It's just very wet now.
Lovely.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can look at me and my library. And yeah, so you can see all the visual gags and us being awkward. You can find Baby Yoda or Grogu. You can find us on Twitter at Four Eyes Giant. You can find me at Real Jordi Steele. Cameron?
You can find me on Twitter at KanzoOG and Instagram at the same kind of deal. ohighsfilms.com, where there's going to be typey stuff at some point when I have time to spare. And 35-minute movies. That's the podcast me and my friend The Waste do. We are going through all of Vin Diesel's movies one by one and talking about them. The last episode was on Pitch Black and The Fast and the Furious. Great film. Fast and Furious, Pitch Black kind of let me down a little bit, but hey, we're gonna do it. Next week is the Knockaround Guys and Triple X or XXX, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
When's
fun times?
When's The Pacifier? How far along is that in your
2004, so a couple years, so maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you everyone for watching.
Yep.
Hope you have a good day and goodbye.
Goodbye. Jordi, I'm going to